cannot get over how good this is going to look when we finally are able to finish it, friends. I am so excited to get back to work over here on the mudroom, but unfortunately, not today, friends, not today. You see that dark cloud? The wind is blowing in a very big storm that's going to be here for the next week or so. And because of that, Gary and I decided we were going to change gears and start working on some other things. I'm kind of like pre-planning because of the storm. And I actually feel a little bit of like the misty rain right now. So we'll see how long I can be out here filming for, but I wanted to pop in today, friends, and give you guys a little bit of a life update. This last weekend, since we last filmed, the guys went on their epic fishing trip. It was a huge man's weekend. The guys had so much fun. It was so nice that Curtis, Gary's brother, was able to come out here and spend time with Gary. He was the first one of Gary's family members to actually come out to this side of the country and to see everything that we've done and to see everything that we've been working really hard for, you know, up close and in person. And I know it really meant a lot to Gary to have Curtis come out here and spend that time with his brother. And it was a very, very well-needed time together, as well as a very well-needed man's trip. The annual fellas fishing fiasco, extravaganza, fiesta, I don't know what they're calling it, but the man's trip. They had a really great time doing it. Gary actually got a little bit of footage from being out there, which I'm going to share with you guys right now.
Day one out here fishing, and we're already slaying them. I think Curtis is on like 15 or 16 or 18 fish or something like that. What are you on? 15? Yeah, he's caught 15 already. I've caught in 9, 10 if you include the sucker. I think you're including all those suckers into that? Yeah? How many trout do you say? So you're right about like 10? I think it's a trout. I think it's a lake trout. I don't know. We're gonna find out exactly what kind of fish that was, but we're gonna start making our way back down that way. I'm so excited. This is super, super, super fun. I'm so happy my brother's out here and he's able to experience it. From what I can tell, he seems to be having a blast. He's actually already caught the biggest fish of the day. I don't know if anybody else is fishing yet, so we're gonna start making our way that way, see what's up and everything else like that. Tomorrow's the big fishing day though, so we're getting a good day's worth in. And we're gonna have some fun. I love this spot right here. This spot just reminds me a little bit of Idaho Falls. If they had like 100 more of those little tiny waterfalls like in order, I'd be like, ooh, this is a mini Idaho Falls. But this is honestly, this is an insane spot for fish. I still can't believe how much fish we're catching. My brother has already caught 40 fish. He's making his way down this way. He opted to go to the river and walk up the bank to get over here. He literally went first cast catching them and threw it in. I saw him throw another cast, caught another one. I was like, yeah, they're biting right now. Yeah, I got one too.
You don't want
a doubler.
Nice. They're about to turn on, dude.
Yeah.
People want to know if we're catching fish. We're catching fish.
We catching fish. Man, I swear, just non-stop, you guys. Pretty nice one, actually. I have here. They're right about 13. 13, 12. Right in that ballpark. That's a keeper.
The guys had so much fun, and while the guys were away, us gals did play. However, I did not do so well with the sharing of experiences. We did record one little thing, and I'm actually gonna put it right over here, and it's actually on Tara with White Rock Homestead's channel. We made a little short, made a little funny, and it turned out pretty good if I do say so myself. I think you guys are really gonna like it. But besides that, us ladies didn't really do anything. We literally just kind of sat around and ate good food, and we watched TV and watched some movies and stuff, but we spent our time really just kind of hanging out and had the cameras off, and it was very refreshing, very well needed. Gary came back from the fishing trip and he actually brought back a bug with him, so he's under the weather, not feeling too good. And then again, we got this rain coming, so I decided that I was going to start giving the back of the basement a nice facelift, which we've been meaning to do for quite some time. And so I'm currently in the middle of that right now. I'm still wearing, I still got paint on me, you know, like I'm still, yeah, paint, yep. I'm still kind of in the middle of doing that. I posted a picture on our community tab page, basically showing you guys some of the colors and stuff that I'm thinking about doing. And I cannot wait to share that with you guys, but I still have so much work to do until I can share it with you guys, because I don't want to share the progress right now just because I'm painting white on white at the present time with dry log paint, trying to get everything more waterproofed in. And I want to wait until it's a little bit more satisfying to watch, and I can actually get some of the colors up there. So that video will be coming soon. When? I'm not sure when I'm done. All right, when I'm done. But we've been having, I mean, a really good time visiting with the friends, with family members, getting a lot of stuff done. Unfortunately though, like I said, Gary isn't feeling the best, and because of that, you know, and because of the rain and stuff, we are waiting on the mudroom for a little while, but that's okay. I've got so much stuff going on in the background at the moment. Today, however, I did want to pop in here on Simple Life Reclaimed and give you guys a little bit of an update, show you guys a few things here and there. I haven't showed the animals here on Simple Life Reclaimed in quite some time because we've been really up to our eyes, man, and just all this work and stuff. And I haven't really been filming some of the day-to-day life. I've been kind of focused on showing you guys all of our projects and stuff and not really bringing you along for the day-to-day. So I thought today would be a good time. So let's come over here and let's check out these rabbits. We've had a lot of question about the rabbits, and I think now would be a good time to fill you in. Hello, Bun Buns. Hello, Bun Buns. Hello, Miss Nora. Hello, Nora. Miss Nora right here is just about breeding age. We're gonna wait until next month or so before we start breeding her. I might even wait until the springtime. But technically next month she is of breeding age, and I'm hoping that she's gonna be a really good breeder for us, because right now all we have is her for a female breeder, and then we have Mama over here, which we know Mama is not a good mama. We've tried her several times and she just does not grow out the babies. She destroys them before they can actually move on and get fur and all that stuff. So it's really tragic, it's really sad, but some animals are not going to be good breeders, and unfortunately she's not a good breeder. So she is actually going to be going into the pot here really soon. As soon as we get some free time to do some dispatching, that's what's going to happen with her. But I'm hoping that Miss Nora will be a good mama. I'm really hopeful. I'm hopeful, Nora. We're going to try her out, but I think we're going to wait until springtime, because winter wasn't very easy on having baby bunnies. It wasn't very easy for us, and we're learning as we go. Now, besides Mama, we're gonna have our hands full too with a good dispatch day coming up really soon, filling up the freezer. And we are going to dispatch Shrek Buster over here. He is our male breeder, and he is not exactly nice when breeding. He breeds very violently, and that might be what turned Mama into being not such a good mama. So when dispatch day comes, we're actually gonna cull a lot of our rabbits. The only one that we're gonna keep is Nora, and we are gonna keep Bruno over here. And we're gonna actually breed Bruno with Nora, so that's our plan. We're gonna get rid of Shrek Buster, we're gonna get rid of Mama, and then we're also gonna get rid of the lone baby that she never destroyed. He did have a brother, and I'm not sure what happened because the temperatures were fine. I really don't know what happened, but one day Scarlett came out here to feed and water and to do her chores, and he was deceased. It's life on a homestead, friends. It's not always pretty, and sometimes you have literally no explanation as to why or what happened, you know, but that is life on a homestead. You experience a lot of life and a lot of death, unfortunately. But yeah, that happened. So we know that we want to kind of rearrange and situate the whole breeding situation because rabbit meat is a part of our diet we enjoy. It's really healthy and very good for you. And it produces very, very, very quickly. So we want to keep up the meat production on our growing homestead and continue to feed ourselves with meat and with garden foods and stuff. My garden is just a big giant weed bed at the moment. I'll walk over that way and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. It's not as bad as it was. All right, it's not as bad as it's been, but it's definitely getting taken over again. I'm gonna have to do some maintenance. But yeah, in the fall time right now, I don't really do much gardening, but in the spring and in the summertime, we do a lot of gardening and we get a lot of food from our garden. Over here, I thought I would come down and show you guys the Pecker Palace. You guys haven't seen the little peckers in a long time. One of our amazing subscribers had given us a gift that's in here, and it looks like the chickens must have hopped on it and knocked it over, but we got to decorate in here a little bit, pretty it up. I've got some more decorations that I want to be bringing in here to pretty up the place just a little bit more. I'm not going to do it today, but it is on my mind of, you know, another thing that I'd like to do. I have a whole box of these really cool like signs and little cool trinkets and things that I can set out in the garden and around the property and stuff. So I'm gonna be doing it. I just haven't done it yet. But anyways, kids have already come down and done their chores. You got the peckers pecking. Good morning. Good morning, Calvin. Chanticleer. You guys can see right there the down rooster. That's the really cute decoration that was given to us. It looks like they've doo-dooed on his head. That's okay. Only on one side, but it's pretty cool looking. Let me move it over here. It's hard to do it one-handed. Hold on. All right, there we go. I got him standing again. Isn't that guy cool, man? I think he's so cool. He's made out of like, looks like rebar legs and then, you know, like this metal and stuff. And it's really cool right here at the beginning of the Pecker Palace. I haven't exactly decided 100% where I would like to keep him forever and ever, amen. So he's kind of mobile at the moment, but I think it really pretties up the place. And the chickens definitely love hopping on it and doo-dooing all over his head. I've got some work that I need to do here in the Pecker Palace, I'm not gonna lie. If I wasn't in the middle of painting and getting some other things in, I'd probably spend some time in here, but I'm kind of in the middle of stuff. One thing that I'm gonna wanna work on in here is tightening up their roosting bars. It seems like some of our screws have kind of come loose. They still roost on it, but some of the screws have kind of come loose and this one's kind of cockeyed. And then in the back corner, it looks like the other roosting bar that we had is now broken in half. How the chickens do that, I have no idea, because the chickens aren't exactly very heavy, but they are rambunctious. So maybe that's it, I don't know. But I've got some more signs that I want to put in here, kind of like the old cluck around and find out sign. I've got some really cool signs that were sent to me that are in the realm of this that I would like to hang up in here. And I'm definitely gonna spend some time doing that. You guys will see a video of me beautifying the property a little bit more coming up soon. Just not today. I'm kind of in the middle of all that painting work today and wanted to skeet skirt side and come over here and talk to y'all. But the chickens are doing awesome. You remember that really pretty speckled one that Scarlett and Julia picked out? Look how beautiful she is now that she's full grown. Look at her, she's so pretty. She's got a black comb, her and her sister right here. They both got black combs, black beaks, and black little gobbles on their neck, and then their legs are black too. Which they're so pretty, they're different from the other birds. All the other birds are not like that, so it's really cool, it's really pretty. The girls really love coming out here and petting their chickens. My chickens got into a fight recently, and you see this chicken right here? It's missing an eyeball. I don't know what happened, per se, but she got her eyeball pecked out. I didn't witness who did it, but chickens will be chickens, man. And like I was saying earlier, sometimes life on a homestead, no matter what you do, animals are animals, and nature can be brutal. That little one over there that's running, you see her, she's got one eye. So now it's one-eyed Wilma. You know, there doesn't seem to be any issues down here. Like, they all get along well. Like, it's one of those fluke things. Like, why did it get its eye pecked out for no reason? I don't know, but it did. It's weird. Stuff happens on a homestead. You'd at least expect it too. Everybody will be getting along swimmingly, and then all of a sudden they're not. And yeah, I don't know. I came down here just the other day though, and I noticed it, and I was like, what the heck? It's another one of those crazy things, you know? But everybody else seems to be doing really good. I haven't noticed any injuries with anybody. They're still giving me a whole lot of eggs. I have so many eggs. I'm gonna have to do some water glassing again here really soon. I'm hoping that they keep producing at a high level like they are right now before winter, because once winter comes, they're gonna pucker up and I'm not gonna get squat. So I'm really hoping that they keep the high production. Oh, look, a pretty butterfly. Squirrel or butterfly. I'm really hoping that they keep up the high production for me so that way I can get a really good supply before winter comes. And then I don't have to buy any eggs in the store like last year when I had a bunch of freeloaders around here. But we'll see, you know, we will see. Time will tell. So that's what's, hey, watch it, buddy. There's enough grain for all of ya. Anyways, so that's basically what's going on over here with the peckers. Everybody's doing very well, minus, you know, one-eyed Wilma. And again, I don't know what happened. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. It was totally a random thing. So, anyhows, isn't it cute? I love all the little signs and stuff that I have around. It just makes it more homey. There's a lot to do. There's always a lot to do, but one day at a time. The Pecker Palace is completed and they're loving it. Over here, the goats. Hi, Mama. Good morning, Mama. You want some grain? You want some grain, Cappy and Sir? Let's get these guys a little bit of grain. They love having their barn over here, guys. I know that we had the dogs in there for a bit, but now that we have the electric area for the dogs and they can't escape, the goats are so much happier being back in their barn. And that's another thing we're done with for now. Let me get these guys some grain. Where's my... The kids ran off with my little scoop. I don't know where my scoop went. I'll just use this bucket. Let's go give these goats a little goat treat, a little goat snack. Mama, Mama. Good morning, mamas. Good morning. Hey, I know what you want. I got what you want. I got what you want, miss. Ooh, goat snack. Goat snack. Good morning. Good morning, mamas. Come here. Come on. Look at them. You guys act like you're starving to death. You're starving to death, aren't you? Starving to death. Here. Watch out, Matt. Got a little here for you. Here. Meme! And spread it out. I'm gonna put a little bit just kind of on the ground too, so that way they can eat some of this straw up. But the goats are doing really good. I love Capricorn and Sur. They're my, I wonder sometimes, I'm like, why was I so nervous to get such big animals? You know, I was so scared that, because I don't have the experience with big farm animals. I got experience with rabbits and chickens and dogs and cats, you know, but this is our first time having like livestock. And I was so nervous to get them. I was like, I don't know if I can take care of them right. I really want to, but man, let me tell you what. If you are on the fence about getting goats, let me just tell you right now that they are probably the easiest and the funnest animal that we have on the homestead. I truly enjoy having the goats so much. They got such great personality, and they are trainable, and realistically, like, we were really nervous about setting up the fences and stuff because we don't want the wild animals to get them, and we don't want, you know, bad things to happen to them. So that was justified nervousness. But the other part of our nervousness was that they were gonna like wander away and like run away. These guys ain't going nowhere. As long as you get them grain trained for like the first couple weeks and they know that like, hey, when they see the human, food time's coming. At least for us and with our goats, they ain't going nowhere, man. We open up the door and we let them wander around the property, and we check on them once in a while. And how I check on them is I go, meh! And then they holler back at me going, meh! And so I know that they're still like close. But I was so nervous getting us the goats because I was like, man, I've, you know, just the anxiety. I'm anxiety riddled. And I was just like, I hope that I don't screw it up. I want to do good by them. And so far, I would say that they're doing great. In the future, when we do still plan to get more goats. We have such a huge area for them, guys. I'm gonna walk out here, a little bit better lighting anyway. Ugh. But we have such a huge area for these goats to wander and to take care of. Like, look, I know it's been a while, but look how much clearing they have done. Look how open it is. They have seriously opened up this whole spot for us. They have so much to eat and to play and to deal with. And we do still plan to get some more goats. And I think in the future, when we do get some more goats, we're going to do the isolation first and then the integration, and like make it slowly, because, you know, I really don't know about the whole situation. I hate to keep bringing it up, but it still bothers me. It bothers me, guys. Like, you know, with what happened with Ellie Mae, it bothers me. So being that we're learning and we've never done this before, you know, chalk it up to a crazy, who knows what happened thing, but we do plan to do some more isolation and integration, and I would love to have several more goats out here. I'd love to have a milking goat. I would love to have them have babies and keep eating up all this junk for us, keep taking care of the land, and, you know, all that good stuff. Let me lock this up really quick and go put this bucket away, and I'll keep you on my tour. But yeah, the goats have done a tremendous job clearing up the land for us. They've eaten and kind of just like spread it around a lot of that big roll that we got from David. We still want to build a like hay stand that we can put that up on top of, so that way a lot of it doesn't end up on the floor kind of wasted like that. But right now it is what it is. We're happy with how everything's flowing. Everybody seems to be pretty happy and doing their thing, you know. I'm walking up over here really quick to the garden. I wanted to show you guys something because I got one plant that's the gift that keeps on giving. It's like the never-ending gift. And I guess if you guys have never planted any of it, maybe try, because it just keeps giving and giving and giving. Ooh, and I got some other stuff I can harvest in here before it starts withering. Now don't judge me, friends. I got some work I gotta do in here. That's life on a homestead, never-ending chores. Never-ending work to do. There is always something to do. You just gotta figure out what you wanna prioritize at the moment. I'm gonna grab these suckers because they're pretty big. These were volunteer cucumbers. And look at this guy. This guy needs to go. Dude. That's a big one. That's a big one right there. Mm-hmm. I got one. Ooh, spider. There's another one. Let's get you off the vine. And I've got another couple of ones over here. Look at these guys, man. It's just the gift that keeps on giving. Ooh. This one's a little yellow, so it might be a little more watery tasting, but that's okay. It's gonna taste really good on a salad for me. And there's one hiding in here too. Look at that. There's another one. So far we've got, and this isn't even the gift that keeps on giving that I was talking about. This one was a volunteer. I've got several other little bitty ones that I don't think are gonna do nothing. Maybe I'll give these to the chickens because this plant is crunchy dead. But I still got this. Maybe I'll leave that for the peckers. And this one, that's not gonna do nothing. Let's see. This really yellow one. These are all gonna be like chicken and rabbit food. Yeah, that's what that's gonna be. Chicken and rabbit food. But hey, for a volunteer cucumber plant that I wasn't even really expecting to do anything because I didn't plant it, it wasn't the season, so. But for what it is, man, I can't complain. It just showed up and said, hey, here I am. Yay, I'm gonna definitely bring all those guys back up. It hasn't even been that long, and check it out, I've got all of these grass that's growing inside my beds. These pepper plants, pretty much gone, but I do see some like new sprouts, so I'm not gonna uproot it. I'm just gonna leave it be and see what happens. But I have all of this grass that's growing, and I think I found the reason why the grass keeps growing in there. And I really do truly think that it's because I use the rabbit manure as like compost and like to help it grow fertilizer. And you know, the rabbits eat a lot of those types of greens. They eat the clover, they eat the grass, and you know, the rabbits, they digest it and it comes out in their excrements. And I think so long as I'm using the rabbit poo as fertilizer, I'll probably always be fighting the never-ending battle of grass inside my garden beds. So I'm kind of to the point where I'm like, meh, leave it alone throughout the winter, because I'm not planting anything in here right now. Right now, I'm just letting the garden be, kind of shut down the garden for now. But even over here, you can see all of this clover, all this grass, all this stuff that's just kind of taking over the garden bed again. And I really believe it's because of the poo. What say you? Does that sound logical? Sounds logical to me, man. Sounds logical to me. Over here, guys, I took off pretty much all of the jalapenos that I could possibly get, but there's more. But wait, there's more. So I've got a few over here that I can snatch. Not too many, but look, I got a little jalapeno right here I can snatch off. I got another one right here I can snatch off. Just get my fingernail in there. I'm gonna make me a little pile of this really quick and harvest this out. So that way when I'm going up with all those cucumbers, I can also bring up whatever else I can get. Well, that's a good little mini harvest, especially since I wasn't even doing anything. I had kind of picked everything I had picked and was like leaving it alone, you know, and look what it gave me still. Gave me a nice little bundle of jalapenos. So I'm gonna definitely have to take those upstairs too. Now these pepper plants and stuff, as you can see, they've kind of just, you know, it's not the season for it right now. Everything's kind of closing down and becoming more dormant for winter. These are not good. Bugs have kind of got them and destroyed them and wilted them, but that's okay. I wasn't planning on getting anything from these. However, if I turn the camera just a little bit to the left, ba-bum. This, friends, this is the plant I was talking about. That is the gift that keeps on giving and giving and giving. Every time I come out here, these suckers are like 3 feet tall, which I know it's hard to tell in how big things are in a camera, but they're about 2.5, almost 3 feet tall. And I just chopped them, so I'll definitely have to come out here with some scissors and cut all of these. Unfortunately, I don't have room in my refrigerator right now or time to deal with them, so I'm gonna leave them be. But here in a day or two, I'm gonna come out here and whack them all down. And then in about another 2 weeks, they're gonna be this tall again. So if you guys have never started a garden and if you like onions, these particular types of onions are my favorite. They always grow super quick. They taste very good. And you could use them for so much stuff. You can put them in soups and salads and your beans. You could use them like in stir fries. I mean, they're very versatile, and you could use them in replacement of white onions, which is what I do. If like a recipe calls for white onions, I'll come down here and I'll grab these and I'll use these because the flavor is still the same, albeit the texture is not. So if you're a texture person, maybe the other ones would be what you want, but I'm not growing any regular traditional white onions at this time. I'm just growing these guys. But I love them. They are the gift that keeps on giving and giving and giving and giving, and I will always grow green onions. The rest of my garden friends, the strawberries are kind of going a little dormant as well. They're still there, but I'm gonna keep your guys' advice and not uproot them, not do anything to them. One of you guys had suggested putting some straw on top of it, just so that way, like when the frost comes, the plant doesn't completely die. But I heard you guys in the comment section, many of you were saying, don't even do nothing, just let it be. And if it dies, it's fine, that it will come back on its own in spring. So if I have time to, I will put some straw on it just to kind of be sure, you know. But if I don't, then I'm just gonna leave it and it'll be okay. My sage is still saging. I do need to pick out a lot of these and get these drying, but sage is still saging. My kale is starting to take off. Kale seems to be more of one of those cooler temperature plants I'm finding, at least in our area, and the kale is starting to really kind of bundle out and take off, and I'm gonna let that do its thing as much as possible. There's one particular soup that I really enjoy making for the family, and they just lick it up, man. They eat so much of it whenever I make it. It's zuppa toscana, so it's a sausage and potato, like Italian soup, and it's very, very good. And the recipe does call for fresh kale, so I'm gonna keep my kale growing, so whenever I decide to make that, I can come out here and get some of the fresh ingredients for my dinners. Now, guys, the tomatoes. So even with the plant all shriveled up and brown like this, I still have so many tomatoes. Now, some of these are not ripe, they're still green, but who doesn't like fried green tomatoes, right? Some of them, however, have dropped that are down there. I should probably grab those really quick. Those ones are good to go into the house. I do have some of those tiny little cherry tomatoes, which I didn't even realize I planted. So these might be another volunteer from last year, because I didn't think I planted them this year. I thought I planted them last year, but let me take a little taste test. Those are good. Those are very good. Maybe I should take those red ones in. A little snackety snack, you know? There's a few good red ones in here that are gonna need to get off of this plant. And lots of these little baby cherry ones, again, and I didn't even know I planted that. I don't think I did. I think it's a volunteer. It's a delicious volunteer. So that's pretty much what's going on with the garden right now. I'm kind of just like letting fall be fall. I'm letting the transition of things happen, and it feels very good. It's very nice. Let me come over here and grab these jalapenos before I forget. You know me and my squirrel brain. I will have the kids come down here and grab the chicken cucumbers, and I'll have them grab some of those tomatoes for me and bring it up. But let's grab the rest of these cucumbers. Dang it, fam. That's a good little harvest for not expecting anything at all. That's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty happy with that. I feel like a kangaroo, like I should be down under with my little pouch over here. But no, that was great, man. I got a nice little harvest out of the garden. Wasn't really expecting all of that, but hey, I will take it, man. I will take it all day. I'm gonna bring this stuff inside the house. I mostly just wanted to pop in and give you guys a little update to be able to share some of that footage Gary got from his fishing trip with the fellas. And I am going to be very busy today working on this back patio. I've got all the furniture and stuff spread out in the yard and moved around for the time being because I'm painting. I'm gonna give you guys a little behind the scenes today on what's coming up in one of our next videos to be posted here on SimpleLifeReclaimed as soon as I could finish it out and have more of a satisfying for you guys, because right now I'm painting white on white. Not exactly the most exciting thing to watch get done. But this whole back area is going to get a color. You guys can see I'm painting the white on the white, which is dry lock, making it more waterproofed and getting rid of a lot of that nasty, drippy water stains from the window units. So as you guys can see, it's gone. I've already painted it. It looks great. But I'm working on getting all that done. I'm also gonna work on these pillars and get the pillars painted. So that way when I paint everything all the same color, the color matches. I'm gonna use the dry lock kind of as like a primer. Let me set down my pouch. I'm still holding it. Goodness. But it's gonna turn out really, really, really nice. I'm very excited to change the whole feel out here, friends. It's going to go from being white in the front to one of those beautiful colors that we put on the community tab. And the door is especially going to pop. The door is gonna have that, you know? And Gary was telling me, he actually was asking me, he said, are you going to be painting the windows as well? And I was like, I don't think I can, you know, because of the type of paint it is. And he said that he thinks I can, so I might try. And if so, then the windows and the door is all gonna have the same, you know, it's exciting, guys, it's really exciting. And then as soon as everything's painted, we're going to finish off the door and the windows with some actual trim, because it's been quite a while. It's not trimmed out. It's waterproofed, you know, it's got the flashing and stuff on there, which is keeping everything dry inside, but it'll be nice to have it finished out. It'll look really great, and it'll make this whole back bottom area a lot more inviting for us for when we have the holiday season and we have company over and just all the things. And one of the reasons why I've been holding off on all this is because we didn't have that built, but now that that is built and it's keeping down here really dry, it's like, why not do it? Especially with a day like today, where we can't exactly cut into the roof on the mudroom and keep going on that because of the rain coming, right? I could work down here in the rain and not have a problem. So that's one of the things, man. When you have a growing homestead that you're building from literally the dirt up, there was nothing but a quad trail out here when we first moved out here, friends. And now we have all of this. I don't care if it looks like a lot to you or not. It looks like a lot to me, and I'm very, very proud of it. But when you have, you know, such a huge monumental project like this, you do have to have several different things going on at once. So that way there's never a dull moment and you're never wasting any time. You're always busy on something, making some progress somewhere. So that's why we start so many different projects and, you know, to stay busy, to keep progress moving forward, whether it be on our house or whether it be in the garden or the animals, or even down here on the patio or inside or whatever we have going on, right? That's one of the reasons why we spread ourselves and do so much stuff at once. So that way it can all kind of be finished around the same time too, right? That's the thought, at least. So anyway, friends, I wanted to just quickly pop in and share an update with you guys. We have not updated you on several of these things here on Simple Life Reclaimed for a while. Although we do have a second channel, Real Talk with SLR, which shamelessly I'm plugging right there in the corner. We give y'all updates kind of like this on the regular. So if you guys are more interested in that kind of content, make sure to check out our second channel, Real Talk with SLR. But I do plan to bring you guys along here on Simple Life Reclaimed through some more growing pains as our channel evolves and changes, and as we change and as we get into different parts of our life. I hope that you guys are going to stick around for the journey of it, because we are going to have a sort of a change in format coming up, and also just testing things out and testing the waters. I would love to know here on the Simple Life Reclaimed audience, if you've made it this far in the video. All right, just hear me out. I just got a quick question for you guys. Would you prefer the more highly produced, edited videos with maybe more, I guess, start to finish type content, but you were gonna get them less often? I mean, it's because things take time to do. Would you prefer the more highly produced videos, but posting less often, or would you prefer the less produced, edited type of content, but posting more often? I'm really interested to find out what you guys have to say here on Simple Life Reclaimed. I know the majority of you guys probably haven't made it this far in the video, but if you have, I really want to know from you. Please drop it down in the comment section. Option number 1 would be higher produced video, but less posting less often. Option number 2 would be a less produced video, but posting more often. So drop it down in the comment section. I want to hear from you guys. But I'm going to get back to work and get back to painting over here, friends. Thank you for joining my live stream. It was 2 hours long. Very fun, very entertaining, and kept me company while Gary was sick in bed. So I really appreciate you guys for spending your time with me. But I gotta get to work. This house is not gonna paint itself. So thanks for so much for hanging out with me today. And until the next one, friends, I love you guys so much. And I hope that you guys have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one. Later, later.